Shah Rukh and Gauri are very gracious, okay? They're very kind. They're very open-hearted. There was a point in my life where they just showed me a lot of support.
The lowest phase of his career. 96, I was a kid. 96, we met. He left for Bangladesh. He had stopped doing Bollywood films because he wasn't getting work.
Who made that statement that drink को जल्दी से खत्म करते हैं तो उसके बाद फिर दूसरा मंगवा सकते हैं?
I think it was
one of these two.
Was it me?
When you get on a flight and you say na kursi ki petiyan bandh lo. That comes on. Neelam leaves Bombay and everything's behind.
I just let down the guard in Doha. I let out all my bhadas.
Maheep, Bhavna, Neelam and Seema, welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Congratulations for a wonderful show, fabulous lives of Bollywood wives, and it's doing very well on Netflix right now. My first question to you is, and I genuinely would want to know the answer, honest answer to this, that while you guys finally watched the show, did you have those moments that how can Maheep, for example, talk about me in this manner? Like maybe Bhavna can be thinking that how can Maheep be talking about me in this manner, or like Neelam thinking that how can Seema be talking about me in this manner? Because you guys have been honest in expressing yourselves, and the final outcome and the final watching experience must have been really interesting.
I think we're so used to it. We're just so used to it because we've been friends for 25 years, and this is how they talk, and this is how we all talk about each other. So there was nothing surprising or shocking about it.
Okay.
I mean, I would be shocked if it was otherwise. If like suddenly Maheep had to become really nice and sweet, I would be like, why is Maheep talking like this? I'd be, that would be the thing. Not the way everyone's talking right now.
Maheep, what about you?
Well, I mean, like Neelam said, it's been 25 odd years. I mean, this is how we are. This is exactly how we respond to each other, and I would not expect it any other way.
And Seema, what about you? You guys, you and Bhavna had an interesting episode.
No, I think it's pretty much the same. We are like, we're all so different, but yet, I mean, we all know each other. This is us. So when, it was not like I was thrown by anything or I was expecting anything different. Like if Maheep were to suddenly become this, oh, I'm so nice to you, I'd say, bloody hell, she's faking it. Or you know what I'm saying? So this is us. I was not surprised at all. And nothing threw me. Bhavna and me also, I think our reactions were quite real.
Very real. A bit too real, I think.
Yeah. Those two conversations on those two separate respective lunches were very interesting. What I found fascinating was that statement from Maheep when she said that if I'm not abusing you, you are not my friend.
But I stand by that. If I'm extra polite to you, it means that, like, I don't have that thing with you. I am more backslapping and pulling their leg, and I do swear a lot. Now, what should I do? This is me. Now, what should I do? But I stand by that. So if I'm extra polite to you, you have to be a little suspicious of me, what I'm thinking.
Seema, to be honest, we've known this entire Khan family element, and we've seen your pictures and videos and all that. But when I actually saw you in this series, there's a whole new side to you, which I think the world does not know yet. And maybe they will after this, about your personality and like that you are any other regular woman who has her share of insecurities about her two boys and the sort of conversation that she has with her friends. It's very, very interesting because we see certain perceptions through all these page 3 pictures and videos, but this was completely different.
Yeah, I mean, how much can you know a person? You can't know a person through a picture, and I've never really been out there. This is the first time that people actually, but this is me, right? I mean, the 3 of them know me. This is me. So, I mean, how do I say it? You can't judge me by pictures or what you read about me, because I think now the people will know what I'm really like. This is my personality. This is me. To answer your question, that's why I think the show.
And I think it's very important not to be judgmental while watching the show. I'll give you one example, 2 examples rather. Like for example, Bhavna has this inclination towards Reiki, and she wants to just be fresh and agile through age, Reiki, and look good. And Neelam actually goes the other way around, and she actually takes treatment for stopping the aging process, which is very interesting. And both are different sides of the spectrum, and people can look at them very interestingly. But I think really courageous of you guys to actually showcase that so openly. Neelam, tell me, did you have apprehension?
So here's the thing. I mean, I at this age, okay, I have no problem saying I'm 50. So I know that other women out there, I've had conversations with friends. Everyone's going through this aging process. So whether in their mind or they're discussing it with their friends, they all want to look good and they don't know what to do. So I said, hey, I told the creative team, I said, look, okay, I myself am going through this. I want to get something done, but I'm scared. So I said, I want to get a filler done. Okay, very little, obviously. So I said, do you guys want to capture it? They were like, they jumped at it. And I just feel that why not? Why not? Why be, people lie about it and they're hiding, oh, I don't do anything, which is, well, it's everyone's prerogative. But I just feel there's nothing wrong with going out there and being honest about it. Why not? I just feel it's going to help other women.
Absolutely. Okay, and Bhavna, you had a different take on it.
Yeah, I'm very scared of putting anything in my face, and that is the truth. It is a fact, and I always want to try alternate methods or alternate ways of doing it where I don't have to inject anything, and that is something I put out there. And I knew there will be a lot of people who will relate to what I am doing, and there'll be a lot of people who relate to what Neelam has done. I knew there'll be a lot of people who laugh at what I've done, but that's okay. But there'll also a lot of people who will think maybe let's try it this way and not really have anything, intrusive or something like. So there are all sorts of people, and amongst the four of us also, actually, each one of us is so different. And even though we are like the closest friends, each of our beliefs are different, and our way of handling situations is different, and that is something you see in the series.
All right, and Seema, we see a certain side to you as a mother. Two sons, one is not around, and the sort of bonding that you have with him and the sort of bonding that you would want to have with him. And then the younger one apparently can be a good lawyer according to you because he negotiates very well. So are you happy with just putting it out there, this wonderful relationship that you have with your two sons?
I'm very proud of it. I mean, I think these are the two of my greatest achievements in life are my two boys. They are my greatest achievements. So, I mean, if you want a sneak peek into my life, how can I not show the two greatest achievements of my life? I mean,
Absolutely.
that just defeats the purpose, right, of my life.
Right.
Yeah. So
No,
it's
absolutely.
a sneak peek into the real me, and they make up a lot of me, of who I am today. I mean, I've grown with them also. I've evolved with them. They've grown, I've grown. So, I mean, they're my achievements. How can I hide it?
Now, Karan Johar has this fascinating ability to, bring the conflict in anything whatsoever. And he, I think, enjoys the entire process. And he's a good director, so he understands that what sort of questions will really trigger a certain sort of conversation and how it will just work out by the end of it. So, what is his contribution in terms of bringing out all these conflicts in this series? If you can start with Bhavna and Seema, for example.
I don't think Karan intended to bring out anything. He was just, we were having fun. This is how we hang out. We have a light banter, and honestly, it does turn into like a coffee with Karan because we enjoy it. I mean, we really do enjoy it, but I don't think he particularly meant to strike that, a chord with us. I mean, it wasn't meant to be done, but I think it just kind of snowballed into that because it was picked up from, it was real, right? The emotions were real. So it's kind of, we just picked up a beat from that. The conversation steered that way. And if you're asking me whether the fight was real, it was real. It was very real.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, as a viewer, I'm interested in the fact that whether it looks real or not, and it surely looks real and interesting. Okay, and Anna, what about you?
So you know what? Actually, Karan knows each one of us really, really well. So when and of course he has. I mean, he's a great director, as you said, and he's a great host as well. He's hosted so many shows, and he see, without like creating something, but he knows what is going to make it interesting. What is going to, like, as you said, that, mundane, not make it mundane, but make it a little more interesting. And these are kind of things we actually, it's not good like we did it for television. This is something, if we're all sitting in a living room, also Karan could ask us these questions and, bring up something like that, and which will just turn out fun. So that was what it is. I think, at that time, maybe, Seema was going through something and I was going through something. I think the show and everything just lucked out at that time that that we actually erupted, both of us, with our innermost emotions. There's so many times you've not met in a long time, or you've not had a heart-to-heart conversation in a long time, where you've not, where something has bothered each one of us and we've not brought it up. And sometimes you're sitting in a group of friends and the smallest trigger just brings all that out. And I think that was the beauty of the show. And I remember, there's a conversation of my mother and me after, which is also actually, I want to say, so real, because what my mom said is true, that only when you're sitting with people who you're comfortable with is when your true emotions are going to come out. And that is exactly what happened. Suddenly the cameras, everything was forgotten. It was like my 5 friends. It's my friends sitting here, and I can express what I feel like expressing. And I think the same went for Seema. She expressed what she felt. It was not like, oh my God, let's control it because there are cameras. It was us. For that moment, it was just us and people who've known me for 20, 21 years. So that's what came out.
Okay, and Maheep arranged this wonderful trip to Doha, and that brought the best out of Neelam in a way, because till then she's just prim and proper. You are amazingly prim and proper. I must say that. What Shah Rukh Khan has said about you, that is that right? He's right. You are perfectly right in every sense of the word. It's amazing. But Doha, I think, it brought amazing insights from you guys. And I think there's something to do with French language as well.
I think in Doha, I just took out all my bharas. I just wanted to hang out with my friends, have a good laugh, have a good time. And, I think when you're back home, you have so many responsibilities, be it work, be it husband, children, parents. So I think I just wanted to, just relax and enjoy with my friends. And I just let down my guard. Like I've always said, I always have this wall in front of me, and I'm always, like you said, proper. So I just let down the guard in Doha. I let out all my bharas.
That conversation around that waiter was very interesting. And
Neelam, I have to say this. When you're with Neelam, when you get on a flight and you say, "Na kursi ki petiyan bandh lo," that comes on. Neelam leaves Bombay and everything behind. Then she takes off and lands a different person. I think she just lets go of, because you have so much stress back home, right? You've got life. You're living that not mundane life, but reality hits. Here, it's a small escape from reality, just to let your hair down and just to be you and just to hang out with your girlfriends, be in your safe space, have a good time, have a good laugh. And I think that was it. And Neelam actually shines when she's in that space. She shines.
Right. And who made that statement that ड्रिंक को जल्दी से खत्म करते हैं तो उसके बाद फिर दूसरा मंगवा सकते हैं?
I think it was
one of these two.
Was it me?
Maheep wanted the waiter back.
I wanted to tip that guy. He was too cute. So I really wanted to end it and just tip him. So I was like, hurry up.
You are so animated that abhi aap thoda sa khamosh hain, so I can't believe it, because I've seen you so animated right through the show that it's unbelievable to see you. You guys may be having certain disagreements because you guys are friends for 25 years, but one thing that you guys totally agree on is that the hottest actor in Bollywood right now is Ranveer Singh.
Yeah.
Yes.
We agree on that.
Hands down. He wins hands down.
Down to that, but finally we've agreed.
Yeah.
And who was on board right at the beginning, Bhavna?
Maheep was on board right in the beginning. Like Seema was on board right in the beginning regarding the show. Maheep was on board regarding Ranveer. But, as movies released and things happen, disagreements, this, that, I think one thing unanimously we all agree on it, that he is the hottest.
Ranveer Singh is hot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and if I can possibly maybe get perspectives of Bhavna and Maheep. So you guys have had your respective husbands have had tough time in terms of career, especially. So how have you guys dealt with those low phases for both of you, if you can?
I think what is amazing about Sanjay is that he never brought it back home. He never showed the kids that side because it is tough. It's not easy. So he took it on the chin, and he always talks about it very openly now. I mean, on the show he's addressed it. Even I've addressed it. I mean, the point is that Sanjay has to be the person who's going to be positive about the situation, not us. And he's always taken on the chin and said this is the way it is and it's fine. And I've always also said success is very relative. Like we all can't be Shah Rukh Khan, it's not possible, but for me I think we've been very, very successful. We've always had a good life. We've given to our children, provided for our kids. We've so I consider myself very, very successful in my head, but Sanjay has not brought it back home. So I think that all credit has to go to him, very importantly.
Right. And that conversation with Chunky sir about Tezab not getting the award that he thought that he will invariably, and so he's had his share as well. But,
so when I met Chunky and got married to him, in fact, he was at the lowest phase of his career. 86, I was a kid. 96, we met. And we got married. Yeah, 86, I was too young. 96, we met. And 98, we got married. And that is the time, in fact, he left for Bangladesh. He had stopped doing Bollywood films because he wasn't getting work. But so imagine if I'm dating a man who is so positive. I mean, that's the reason I married him, because those 2 years, even though he was going through his lowest, I never felt that. I never, ever felt that. He was always laughing, joking, being a really nice person that he never let me feel even at that time when we were dating. And then when we got married, that same thing. He continued that as a human being and as a person. Coming to that scene in the series, it's actually, he told me he was not going to come to, it's so strange because he actually told me I'm not coming to Assam because he said he had work. And that scene is so genuine because actually at that scene, he told me that I didn't come actually because he felt he's going to jinx the award. So my heart went out to him because he's actually not a superstitious person at all. I'm the superstitious one. I'm the one who thinks about like jinxes, nazar, this, that, and he doesn't believe in all that. And for him to say that, it was like truly a father speaking. And as Maheep said, even Chunky has never let the kids or me or anyone at home feel like, that he's any less successful, or he's always provided for us. He's given us the best holidays. He's given us a beautiful life. So utterly blessed and grateful with that, and no complaints at all.
Yeah. All right. And, there's so much that I would want to talk about, but these guys have given me a limited time. But, even that moment when you tell Ananya that when you were 6 months old, you were coming back from New York and there was severe turbulence, and we thought, what if something happened? And since then, you and Chunky have not been traveling together apparently in flight. So one can talk, I think, about a lot of things. But coming to you, Neelam, I think, I realized through the series that even I've been like a huge fan of yours. All those Tutak, Tutiya, and all those wonderful songs that you've been part of. The perfect way to finish the series was getting Shah Rukh Khan into the picture. And I think he really set the mood, the sort of conversation that he had with the way Maheep said that he was a babysitter in London while they were out. Now, imagine Shah Rukh Khan being the babysitter, and London, like he's a god in London, like everywhere he is, but he's got like a mad following in London, and he's being a babysitter over there. That's a revelation. And Neelam discloses how Shah Rukh and Gauri were on her side at a very crucial juncture, and you actually cry over there. So that must have been a moment for you, because these things I think people are not aware of, that sort of closeness you had with Shah Rukh and his family.
Yeah, I mean, look, Shah Rukh and Gauri are very gracious. Okay, they're very kind. They're very open-hearted. There was a point in my life where they just showed me a lot of support, and it's something which I'll never forget. Like I said in the show. And I mean, it was just something I'll never forget. And they were just very, very kind and compassionate. Right. I don't want to go there.
No, that's okay. And he said that Seema needs to be a bit more relaxed with her kids. So thank you very much, Bhavna, Maheep,
Thank
Neelam, and
you.
Seema. Lovely
Thank
talking to
you.
you guys,
Thank
and
you.
congratulations for a
Thank
fabulous,
you.
entertaining show. All the best for. I'm sure that it's trending right now, and I'm sure that more and more people will be watching it. Thank you very much, and all the
Thank
best.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
Thanks.
so
much.
Bye.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.